Alright, I'm going to do an update on SOFI. I have not done one in probably a month or so. The reason for that is the market has been pretty much straight down for any stock that's, 90% of the stocks in the market, and there really hasn't been any reason to do any significant update. It's still following the same pattern that I laid out in the last video, except for it went past my price target was somewhere around 750, I think. I think we went all the way to 6. So just an exhausting pattern of lower highs and lower lows. But if you look at it, we should get a little bit of relief going into earnings. And I think by maybe mid-June, we'll bottom. The reason for this is, let's go ahead and go over this pattern right here. This is a 333 pattern. So we have the A wave, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. We have the B wave right here, and then we started this A, B, C, W, X. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at right here. This is kind of what we've been following right here. And this is only the C wave, basically. This double three has been in the C wave. So we had A, B, then we have W, X, Y. So we have W, X, Y, W. Then we have A, B, C, X, A, B, C, X, in which that didn't really go that high, but it's still valid. It's like a flat, pretty much. And then we have A, B, C, W. Whoops. A, B, C, W. A, B, C, X. You can't really see it on that, but there's X. And then we have the Y, A, B, C, Y. Again, you can't see it on the daily chart, but here's Y, and that finishes out the overall Y wave right there. And then we have A, B, C, X. And that was a pretty good move. I think everyone thought we bottomed right here. A, B, C, X. That's when we went to 1050 again. And then we had the move we're currently on that we just finished was A, B, C, W. As you can see, A, B, C, W. And then we finally get this green bar right here, these green bars right here on the May 4th through the 6th for the A wave. So I'll show you where we're at. We have A, and then we did the B wave here on Friday. And so we're going to finish out the C wave going into earnings or after earnings, one of the two. Here's my price target for it. I think that we can potentially we could possibly go to anywhere between $8 and $10. You know, you can't tell for sure with earnings, but this A wave, this is showing pretty much like equal to the A wave. If we go back here, the A wave is somewhere around 10 bucks. And so it's possible. It's more than likely we are probably going to be between $8 and $9, I think, though. Because if you look at this, the 1.61 fib is only 792 all the way to 915. And I just think that it's going to be very hard for us to get very much momentum in the market right now, considering where SPY is at and where the overall market's at. So after we finish off that, though, wherever it ends up, we're going to get one more move down. And this matches up with what I'm thinking for, so let's say we get the C wave down here. Let's say we go here to the 50 MA. If we get to the 50 MA, that's around 856. That would make sense somewhere around in there. Let's say we get to 856. And maybe we go and fill this gap here at 885, somewhere around in that area. So we'll say the C wave is around 856. And what is earnings? The 10th. And it's probably going to top out around earnings. So we have the C wave right here. And then we're going to get one more move down. I'm expecting something like this. And then a move back here to maybe like high 7s. And then we'll get one more swift move. And I'm expecting 5 to 550, something like that. Maybe a little bit lower than that. And I mean, it sounds crazy, but you got to understand this has nothing to do with the company. They've basically just put this on autopilot with the algos to just run this pattern down for months. Because personally, I think that the big banks hate the stock and they hate the company. They don't want it to succeed. They want to do everything they can to stop it. However, we all know that SOFI is going to be huge over the coming years, and it's going to take up a lot of market share. And so there's nothing they can really do. They can try to force retail out and get a really low price themselves, so they have a piece of the pie, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to get it as low as possible because it's a SPAC as well, and they want to force everybody out. And I mean, unfortunately, a lot of retail is going to throw in the bag right here. If we go to 8 to 9 on earnings, and then we go down, up, and then this right here will flush them all out. They're going to be like, is it going to 0? Like, where is this going to? So the good thing is, though, this matches up almost perfectly with SPY. So if you watch my SPY video, I'm expecting a B, C move this week, maybe going into the CPI print on Wednesday. And let's say we get to 435 or so. And then I'm expecting that to be the end of the B wave, and I'm expecting the C wave to be down somewhere from like 380 to 390. And so that would match up perfectly with our earnings. We hit this area on earnings. SOFI's at 8 to 9. This is at 435, and then we get this 5-wave move down to about 380, 390, while this goes down to about 5 to 550. So, looks good going into this week. If you want to follow this plan, then you might, if you bought some shares, you might get rid of them. If you don't really care and you just want to sell some covered calls, that works too. You can buy some puts to protect yourself. I think this is a very likely thing to happen. If we somehow get some amazing news and we break out of this, I will be looking for it to break this 1060 level to show some kind of reversal and maybe get our first weekly candle of our second weekly candle in 6 months. But we need to get over 1060 to see any kind of reversal. So that's my thoughts on SOFI. We're currently in a 333 pattern. In summary, looking for somewhere between the high 7s to probably $9, and then a plunge down here to $5.50 to $5 in my opinion, based off following this pattern. And then we'll bottom in June, and then we can start moving up, in my opinion. There's no guarantees what the overall market's going to do, though, but I have it bottoming as well, like 380, 390, and then starting to move up again. I think Powell is going to have to start. I don't think that the raising of interest rates is going to really help the market that much until they realize they can't do that anymore. And then when they reverse course, the market will start melting up. And that's when I expect all the stocks to start reversing as well. So it's just a game played by these big whales to get cheap shares and to flush out retail. So if you hold the course and you know what the pattern is doing on the chart, then you'll have a better chance against this. But don't worry, we have about a month and a half left of this, and then you can just sit back and relax after that and let the stock take off and make you money. So free cash, I would hold it till 5.50. If you have shares you bought down in here, you might consider selling around earnings just to be safe. But this is not financial advice, so do whatever you think is best. All right, that's your update for SOFI. We'll see what happens here in the next couple of days going to earnings.